Welcome to Growth Island, your go-to podcast on how to be the best version of yourself. Now, let's join your host, Friis, as he interviews high performers and experts in nutrition, meditation, exercise, relationships, business, general health, and life's bigger mysteries.
Thanks for tuning in today. So this is an episode I've been waiting several months to get. I met this guy several months ago in Norway, and he straight away intrigued my interest. It's Strachotta. He has been a captain in the Royal Air Force in Denmark for 11 years. But what he's really known for is he's been called the father of hypnotherapy in Denmark. So we'll learn more about what hypnotherapy is. He has instructed more than 700 instructors. That means this is the guy that's teaching people how to do hypnotherapy. He's treated more than 10,000 individuals. So not just tested this out, but really been doing it and been changing lives. And he also brought relaxed birthing with hypnotherapy to Denmark. We'll learn more about that, but that's something to do with kids. And then he's the founder of something called HelloMind, where we take these cool tools from hypnotherapy and bring it to a lot of people so that you don't have to go to a hypnotherapy. So this is going to be exciting to learn what is hypnotherapy. And finally here, Jacob's story. So Jacob, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you, Mads. I'm glad to be here.
So Jacob, hypnotherapy. When I explain that to people, everyone is looking at me like, oh no, that's the guy that makes me go up, jump, scream like a chicken.
Right. So although we hear that often, then hypnotherapy has changed very much during the last 10, 15 years. So back in the days, we called it hypnosis. So people were like deep under hypnosis. But today, people are more not only in hypnosis, but also we have combined it with the therapy part. So all the stuff we have learned from modern therapy is included with the hypnosis. So hypnosis is actually like the wave transmitting the message, like in a radio. You know, when you tune into a station, you will hear a voice coming out the speaker, but actually the voice is not being transmitted in the air. You have like another waveform for that, and that's like hypnosis. Yeah, sorry for the technical part there, but hypnosis is like kind of the layer that is carrying the messages, so the person can be in a deeper focused state, and we are just more prone for learning things when our mind is in hypnosis.
So there is no jumping around saying weird sounds.
No jumping around. No, unless you really want to do that.
Yeah. So that's something from the past that people saw in TV and so on, but hypnotherapy is something very different.
Right. So you have the hypnosis, the stage hypnotism, which is like the funny hypnosis, and then you have the hypnotherapy, which are the serious hypnosis, where you can help people remove some of the stressors that have been put to them during their life.
Perfect. So just to make it fully straight, because I've been asked, people should not think that they're going to have to get up and do things if they get under hypnotherapy.
No, quite the opposite, really. They will get very relaxed, and they should prepare for being very relaxed. And 15 minutes of hypnosis equals 4 hours of pure sleep. So
that must be because if that's a lot. So that's because you get down into a different kind of wavelength when you do hypnotherapy.
You put your consciousness a bit on standby, so it won't like have all the daily rumble and bumble from the everyday life. It will disappear.
Yeah.
So all tension stressors will disappear that are currently ongoing. And when you get back to the here and now from being that relaxed, then you know the conscious mind has a very different attention.
Yep. So just briefly, how does it work, hypnotherapy? So someone is speaking, someone is lying and relaxing.
Right. All hypnosis is in fact self-hypnosis. So you can see the hypnotist or hypnotherapist as a facilitator for that state that will be created in the person. Okay? So the hypnotherapist is kind of a guide leading the person into a state which already are present in themselves. The subconscious are there, active all the time. The conscious are also active most of the time, unless when we sleep or if we daydream or if we enter hypnosis. Then it will be more in the background. Hypnosis is a natural state. It's not something artificial, it's a natural state. What happens when you hypnotize a person, it's like, what do you call a seesaw? I'm showing with my arms right now.
Yeah.
So where I have the one higher than the other. So you have the conscious up high, and you have the subconscious down low when you are in a conscious, normal waking state, you could call that. When you are being hypnotized, then you are going like in the middle. You're not that conscious, you're more unconscious. But when you go and the unconscious is on the most, then you will be sleeping, So hypnosis is kind of when you put the button in the middle mode. It's not full on, it's not full off, it's in the middle. And when you're in the middle, it's possible to model the brain. So, and we are really interested in that because it makes good sense that even though we have learned something, that it should not have to be that way all through life. That it's possible to change. And change is possible, and it's even more possible when you're in hypnosis. Because you're that concentrated.
So do you sit down? Do you lie on the floor? Do you stand up? How does it work?
Yeah. You could basically be doing all three that you just mentioned. But the most normal thing and what people tend to expect is that they will sit down, and also the hypnotherapist will be sitting down, and then he will talk, and he will help the person to not think about doing conscious evaluation. So what actually happens, if I should put it a bit scientifically, that would be like you raise the mental expectation of the person, you bypass the critical faculty, and you create selective attentive concentration. That is what happens when being hypnotized.
Yeah. And what can hypnotherapy do? So I've heard there's a lot of studies coming out.
Yeah.
So we used to think that meditation was where people were like, you can't change the brain. The brain is set. And people sitting and thinking that's absolutely insane. And then there was so much research coming out showing that meditation is actually making a big difference. And several people are saying that hypnotherapy is the new thing, where there's still not as much science, but there's more research coming out saying like this is really big, this can really do something.
Right.
So what's the story behind that?
Yeah, so we have had hypnotherapy for a long time, but recently with brain scanners, we have also the functional magnetic resonance imaging processes, we have been able to find out that a person cannot differ between what is imagined and what is real. So if you think about that when you're doing hypnosis with that concentration and then using their imagination to change something from their past, then it will really change.
So when you say that a person can differ, it means that the brain can notify or can really see whether there's something you're imagining or something really happening.
Right.
Which is something I've heard several times.
Right.
That's why it's so powerful to use the power.
So if you change within, then your surroundings will also change. So, and if you have had some traumas on the way in life, you can fix those traumas. So it's not like your mind will be erased or anything like that. It's not like what's it called? Not Eraser, but the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he's in a kind of a machine with the brain and.
I'm not sure. I'm thinking Terminator, but I'm guessing.
No, it's not that one. It wasn't. Okay, never mind. If you know, then put it in the comments below. So, okay. But the thing is that we can it does not have to be any serious traumas, but it could be serious traumas because everything has an emotion charged in a memory. So when you remove that emotion, you only have the memory left, but you will not have the behavior that has been coupled to that emotion. Because the emotion is gone, so the behavior also disappears. So you only are left with a memory, like a functional memory with no emotional charge. So, and that will change. You will be another person. So, so we develop a product for helping with that.
And so what kind of stuff does hypnotherapy help with? Something like sleep, stress.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that are being claimed that hypnotherapy works with, and a lot of people saying that it really helps.
Right. You have, if you search on PubMed, you can find like more than 14,000 different studies, notes about hypnotherapy, where it has been used and for what. We have made a study also here in Denmark. Other studies have also been made in Denmark with hypnotherapy. And it shows that hypnotherapy is very effective to help people with various stuff that they might have. And especially, for example, sleep and stressors. When you're thinking stressors, it could be like phobias, or you can have stress-related work, financial stress, all kind of stressors. Family stress, maybe you've been in a divorce or you have personal problems.
So is it mostly mental problems? Because I heard something like irritable bowel syndrome or psoriasis, eczema is also effective.
Could be. It's not something that we work that much with. So we are concentrating within the area where also the work I've done with real clients, over 10,000 people that I've hypnotized, what I know will work. And then we have put it into this package to make it work on a distance.
Yeah. I know, man. If we go to normal hypnotherapy and not the app,
right?
How many sessions do you need, and how does a session work? Like, is it like 10 minutes, or you go in for 3 hours, or what's the process? So let's say I'm stressed or I have problems with sleep.
Right. You would probably be tired when you arrive already, because of the sleep that you have not had. But a duration of a session is 1 hour. In my clinic, it will be that. You will have like a short intake before doing the actual session, and then we'll do the session, and then we'll have a short talk afterwards to reintegrate all the knowledge with the conscious mind. And that is what basically happens every session, and it depends on the problem how many sessions a person needs. So if it kind of habit related, it could be 4 to 2 sessions. If it's something you have a fear of, like kind of a phobia, fear of water or flying or anything like that, it could be like 3 or 1 sessions. So it really depends on the individual, and also if they're a bit nervous in the beginning or need to have something explained, or maybe other things are more important and turns up, and we then will deal with that instead of the other problem they originally came with.
And how does it work? Is it just you talking, or do they also answer?
They talk in a session there. So we will have at certain points some communication, and it's for me to know where are they right now, what are they doing, and what have they done, what's happening. Yeah.
So do you normally talk for like 10-15 minutes and ask questions, or is it like you say a few words then they answer back? Because I understood it as you would mostly be the hypnotherapist saying stuff that you kind of take in. Right. But that's not the case.
That I'm mostly the what you said?
So the hypnotherapist, I thought that person was mostly talking. Yeah. Compared to normal therapy or normal coach, where it's very much a dialogue going.
No, you have a dialogue, but it's in another way. So the hypnotherapist will mostly be talking in the beginning where you hypnotize the person, because of course there's no dialogue in hypnotizing another person. It's like a one-way thing. But then when you have the person, when they have like entered the state of hypnosis, then you will start by doing what we call hypnoanalysis. So you will like examine the situation seen from the subconscious view of the mind, and you could get different results that you have had in the waking state.
So let's say I come in and say I have a really hard time sleeping.
Right.
And then we start, and then 10 minutes after I'm under hypnosis.
Right.
And then you start asking questions to sleep, and it turns out I'm saying something like something completely different, something with my childhood or a shoulder injury or.
I think have you experienced ever being hypnotized, Matt? No. Okay, because then you would know a little bit about, it's not that. It's like a very pleasant state of mind that you're in.
Yeah.
And it's not like you have a subconscious mind that, then suddenly something turns up that you did not know, really,
Okay.
that was totally hidden and forgotten. But you can have something that you have maybe been suppressing for a very long time and not been thinking about. It could also be that you have some instance that you did not think that had anything to do with that. You had not you did not make the connection.
But that becomes
consciously.
clear suddenly.
But it will be more clear when we enable that other mind. So it's like, I'm doing very client-oriented therapy.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not directing.
No.
The person themselves are directing. So I'm just a facilitator for that fantastic change that will take place in the person. So I will just help them here and there to find out in themselves what is really happening.
A really good clarification as well. Because when I talk to most people about hypnotherapy, people that haven't tried it, there is this idea or actually kind of fear as well, is that you go in and someone put you in a hypnosis state, and then you don't really know what happens.
Right.
But so I understand when you right now, it's actually what I experience as well when I semi-sleep or do a nap for 20 or 30 minutes. I get in a different state of mind with my brain, and suddenly things start to solve themselves.
Exactly.
Suddenly I get new connections about how stuff works.
Yeah.
So you manage to do it in this way and keep the person here, but being able to actually be a mirror to talk to.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have to try that.
And they will be their own mirror,
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm not the person doing anything really. I want to do as little as possible to let them do the most amazing work.
That sounds good. I think it makes it a lot easier for a lot of. So I like to be in control of how I behave.
Yeah.
So that would be a fear for me going into hypnotherapy.
Right.
The fear of not having some kind of control, like if something suddenly happens that I wasn't aware of. So I think that's a really good clarification to get for people thinking about it.
But think about it, control. What is it really? Are you in control right now? Can you say that you're in 100% perfect control of everything?
Never.
No.
Never 100% control.
When you have like the nature outside and you have me in the room, could have other people, could do stuff, things could happen.
You can be in control of, I think, your mindset and
but
how you react to situations.
But totally, because you have like your subconscious also making automatic decisions for you without you knowing it before you know what you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, total freedom, you can get, maybe not total freedom, because we are also habitual people. We want to have like habits because it makes us safe and calm and doing stuff that we know and being places we know. So freedom can also be scary, but with hypnotherapy you can remove stuff that has maybe been burned a little too hard.
Yeah.
And you don't want that on your pan when you're making the next meal.
No. Great. Well, that gives a better understanding of hypnotherapy, and I think a more positive understanding of hypnotherapy. I love to be in that state of mind, at least where I'm half asleep, and I kind of feel like my brain is just operating another way, and it's super relaxing. It's a really amazing.
Yeah,
feeling.
but you've been in hypnosis, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
That's the in between state.
Yeah, where you're not really awake.
Yeah.
But you're not really sleeping. But
exactly.
I find that's where I come up with my best ideas. That or when I'm running. That's really when I start to see things more clear, and you're suddenly like, why didn't I think about that? And it's often if I lay down for a maximum half an hour. And ideally it's around those after 5-10 minutes. That's when my brain just really relaxes, and I'm like, if I could go into that more often, that would be amazing for problem solving, and just it feels so good.
Yeah. It's a really good state of mind, and also it will give you a way deeper physical relaxation also. Yeah.
So that actually leads to the app. I've tried it as well.
Right.
And I felt the most relaxed probably I've almost ever felt after that. Like my entire body was so heavy, and the feeling in the entire body afterwards it's hard to explain, but kind of blissful, like you're floating and at the same time super deep. It's very hard to explain, you kind of have to feel it.
Yeah.
So how does that work? You took some of all this stuff and put that into an app.
Right. So we had like to make things a little different because of the delivery method through an app, because certain things we could not do, but then we could change like the way we make the delivery, and we had to like rewire some of our invent some new ways of doing this.
Yeah.
And so we did that and we tried it out, and people have been very happy about it. And I mean, HelloMind has like over 15,000 4.5-star reviews on the App Store, and we're very happy about that. And I think it just shows that there's a need for, people being able to help themselves. We have like self-service in the airport. We have like self-service when you check in and when you do your banking. And so why not with treatment for yourself? Like my philosophy is that the person that has the problem also has the solution. Right?
So super practical. How does it work with a hypnotherapy app?
Yeah.
So of course, I get it.
It works really good. So you download the app.
Yeah. First step.
Yeah, from somewhere out in the cloud, Google Play or the App Store. And when you have the app down on your phone, you open it up and you will get like 3-page onboarding, and then you're good to go, and you will have like 14 days, 2 weeks, free access to everything. And then we want people really to try it out, and there's no like, after the 14 days, of course, you need to sign up for some kind of subscription that will help us develop this product further and do more. But it's totally free for the 14 days, where you can listen to a session as many times as you need and want to. So you really can get the feeling of the quality and what can this product do for me.
And how long is a session? And what happens on the session? Because the person can't talk back to you this time.
Exactly. So a session is like, depending on which theme that you choose, it's 25 to 45 minutes. So some of the sleep sessions are longer. So what we do is that we have created a framework that will help the person to enter the hypnotic state, have time to do the treatment on themselves. They will be still guided, but we will make room for them to do what they need to do. Then we will get them back to the here and now, out of that focused inward concentration, and then we'll get back to outward concentration, where they are not in hypnosis anymore. And they can hear everything in their surroundings as well while they are in hypnosis. So if you have, a dog that goes in the living room, it can do so, and you will hear it, but it will not bother you in any way. So the thing is, when you use HelloMind, you can get like, it's not certain that you will be totally cured after 1, 2, or 3 sessions, because maybe you want to get used to what you're listening to within the first couple of sessions, and then you get deeper into the content with the next couple of sessions, and then you start reacting with the next again, and in that way. So it's not as fast as if you have like a therapy. It can be, but it's not always as you have when you have a therapist alongside that can check signals and what is happening all the time. But it's way cheaper than using a therapist, than booking a time slot with a therapist, that finding a parking space or having the commute time, and so it's a lot cheaper, faster. You can get it on demand when you need it, when you have the need. Your girlfriend or boyfriend just left, what to do? Of course, get the app, the HelloMind, and change the thing.
Yeah. And so just to say, so you download the app, you listen 20 minutes to 45 minutes. And it's basically, you can sit on the toilet, so if it's a busy day at work, you can go out, you can listen.
Yeah.
And there's something about a lot of words being repeated again and again.
Right.
What is that?
Yeah.
Because that was something I know a few people tried on myself. The first session was like, why is this dude repeating the same
Right.
thing?
It's not.
I guess it's something to do with the hypnotherapy.
Yeah, of course, and the hypnosis.
Yeah.
So it's not like when you're going into when you meditate, it's different from that, because here you can see HelloMind as a deep learning tool for the organic brain. So we learn with repetition. You know, AI learn with repetition. Machine learning, repetition, and reward. And the same thing here, you learn with repetition, and also some learning has been put there with repetition. And of course, when you listen to HelloMind, you will also get something that will repeat itself, but it's constructed in a special way for the mind to help adapt more easily to the new situation.
So I suspected there was a reason behind it.
Right, there's a reason behind everything.
So I actually found that the first time I found it a bit challenging, things being repeated so much. So my brain was very much like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But after, I think it was 3 times, the 4th time, I didn't think about it at all. Right. I just relaxed straight away.
Right,
so I think it's also important that people give themselves the time. Because I had a colleague who did it once, and he was like, it's too much repetition. I was like, I think it's part of the whole technique that it has to be repeated. So I think you have to give it at least 5 to 10 times to see if this works.
That is what we recommend. Where you say listen to a track 10 times before you do any self-measurement on yourself about that.
Yeah. And there was something I really liked about hypnotherapy compared to meditation, as far as I understood it.
Right.
That it was okay to fall asleep.
No.
In the hypnotherapy. Fall asleep or not?
No, not too deep. Because if you fall asleep, if you go all the way down in where your body is just like vegetating, then you will have a situation where you are not listening, not even subconsciously.
Okay.
You're off.
So you still have to stay a little bit awake.
Right. But not awake like you think awake, you know, not like awake.
No.
But more like in a daydream. So you know you're listening, but maybe you can't remember really what you have been listening to for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you also been in and out of relaxation. So it's like staying on the bar. You have to stay, not going too deep, not being too awake. But we will help with that. So we're doing stuff to help with that. So most common is that people fall asleep if they are physical tired. You know, they've been working all day with something, and then they're just tired. So the body will like pull them into sleep right away when they relax. So what we recommend there is that you listen to you will listen to HelloMind in the morning instead, or in the midday, instead of in the evening, you know.
Yeah, so you don't fall asleep.
Right.
So what's the difference between meditation and hypnotherapy?
So meditation basically is attention training. So you want to like have control of your attention and let all the stuff from the subconscious and other places just go past you. Where in hypnotherapy, we want the person, and especially in result-driven hypnosis, which is the thing that we're using, we want people to identify a problem that they want to tackle. Okay, so they want a change of some kind. And when they have identified that, we will help them to be hypnotized and then go into this state and find the problem in the subconscious that is causing this, and alleviate it, so it will not be there anymore. And then when they come back to the waking state, they will be more calm because their subconscious is not sending all kinds of signals up to their brain. So really they would have to like meditate less the more hypnotherapy they do. And you don't have to like continuing doing hypnotherapy. You only do it for that problem, then you can do it for another problem. So it's like a tool, a psychological tool. to use when you don't use a wrench all the time, just screwing away.
So hypnotherapy actually works fine together with meditation.
Yeah, you can use both. You can interchange them.
Yeah.
But if you want to treat something and remove it from the subconscious, you would use hypnotherapy. If you want to do attention training your attention and just maybe feel yourself, what kind of person you are, it could be good to do meditation.
Mm-hmm. But you also did a study on eczema.
Right, we did a pilot study on eczema, atopic eczema, dermatitis. What we found was that the person in the control group used far more hormone cream than the people in the HelloMind group. So it was a very successful pilot study and something that we will study even more and follow up on. So we're looking very much forward to see where that can bring us. It was actually a new area for us because we had not done any sessions in that before. So when we got the opportunity to work together with Aarhus University, we took that chance and we developed the products for that study.
Is that available now in the app?
Yeah, it's available. You can get it, and it contains. It's 2 sessions. One that is about maybe 35 minutes that you listen to once a week, and then you have like a smaller one, kind of a quick fix boost thingy that you will listen to, and it's only 6 minutes, and you can do that 1 to 3 times a day, and then that will help you feeling better with your atopic eczema and not using that much hormone cream.
Interesting.
Which is better for the skin, of course.
Much better.
Yeah, more natural approach.
Yeah.
Right.
That's super interesting. And also that we now get more studies on this. I think it's so fascinating to see how it changes people's mind when we have conventional Western medicine or conventional Western studies showing like this actually works.
Yeah.
Because a lot of skeptical people are like, well, this sounds too weird. Just like with meditation.
Right.
Several years ago, I think hypnotherapy seems to be one of the new areas that people have to learn is not so weird actually. It's something people have been doing for many years and it actually has a good effect.
I think it's amazing with the reach that we can have today and also the good and skilled people working within health tech and also, of course, mental health, which is this area. But there's a lot of people working on health tech right now, and I think it's just such a heartwarming way of doing work. So that's why I'm in it myself, because there's so many rewards in it, because you know the product is not just like you're making a bolt for a brick or something for a house. You're making something that has an impact on other human being right now. So I think it's great that also other people now and tech companies have got their eyes up for working in this space and doing stuff with health.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much needed.
It definitely is. Mental health is a huge issue.
Yeah.
I think there's no doubt about that. So how often should you do this hypnotherapy? Once a day, 5 times a day, once every second day, or how does it work?
Right.
And in the morning, evenings, just before bed, you mentioned something earlier, if people fall asleep, they should do it in the morning and the afternoon. Yeah. Any special recommendations for that?
It also depends on the session. If you want, like, if you listen to a sleep booster, if you have a stressful time, you will listen to it every night when you go to sleep. And the sleep booster will actually pull you into sleep. It will not have like some kind of waking thing where you come back to the here and now because you of course want to go to sleep. So it will pull you right down into that deeper layer. But I will say like once a day or once every third day would be a good spacing between sessions if you are doing some of the treatments.
Yeah.
And if you're doing some of our quick sessions, we have like small ones, quick fix that can, for example, if you want to quit smoking, then we have like a quick fix for that. So if you feel the crave, you can just like listen to that and then get it under your threshold.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have time to listen to the whole session, you can do that. So that will like get to the root of the problem.
But so it mostly focus on actually treating problems, and then once the problem is treated, you don't really need to continue to use it all the time.
Then you yeah, exactly. So you can go over and use some of the boosters that are like, I want to feel better with myself. I want to like have more joy, you know, something that can spark some happiness, love, peace in the brain. And we can all use that now and then, you know. We don't have to be ill or sick or anything to use HelloMind. Just if you want to like get that extra edge, you know, just get out of the swamp once in a while. You know the swamp is there. You're not afraid of it, but you just want to like get dry feet on shore for a while. Then HelloMind can like push you up to the bank. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely interesting to see where hypnotherapy is going the next couple of years.
Right.
See if it gets the same popularity as we see with meditation right now.
Yeah, I think so. It definitely has the potential for it.
Where would be, also with language, so I think that's an important question. Can you listen to any kind of language, or, so let's say Danish, that's my mother tongue.
Right.
Fairly decent at English, I hope so.
Yeah.
Would it be good to listen to hypnotherapy in English, or does it need to be in Danish, or can I listen to it in Norwegian?
I mean, if you don't want to like translate in your head everything that you listen to at the same time as you listen to it and try to comprehend it, I would say that it would be better that you have it in your mother tongue for that fluid transition to happen. Yeah.
And where can people learn more about hypnotherapy?
It doesn't matter. Meditation is good as well, but hypnotherapy is better.
So learning more about hypnotherapy, there is your website, of course, HelloMind.
HelloMind.com, right? And then you can search for HelloMind on the internet, and you can also get the app, of course, and try it out. And we have some explainer videos also, and dive into those and check it out. I mean,
are there any other good sources to learn about hypnotherapy? Is there like
plenty stuff.
The hypnotherapy organization.com or?
Yeah, there's plenty of, if you go, you know, of course you will find other stuff as well within the area of hypnotherapy. I mean, if you search for wood building, you will get also all kind of wood building stuff.
But I'm thinking, like, is there like a good website
resource for that?
For knowledge learning about hypnotherapy? So, like, if you want to study something about, let's say, wood crafting or something else,
right?
You might go to one website that's really good.
I would do more of a long tail search word for that, like hypnotherapy treatment or hypnotherapy sports, something like that, if you want to get into the specifics of what you can do, or who's, because there's so many, you know, it's many people, there are many people working in this area and specializes in each and every area. But you can go on MedPub, for example, and look up at the articles there and check out the resources and what research have been made. Also, Stanford University has made some great research. David Spiegel, hypnotherapist and psychiatrist, has done some great studies with hypnotherapy and scanner. So
great. I know a lot of listeners love to dig into more details.
Right,
more.
right.
So
they should do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I challenge them.
Yeah, perfect. And so the website, the app, are you on Facebook, Instagram? What's a good place?
All of those.
I'll make links to that in the show notes.
Right.
And what about if people want to follow you? What's the best place to go look you up? Is it LinkedIn? Is it the website? Instagram?
No, I'm mostly
Snapchat.
I'm most working in stealth mode.
Yeah.
So this won't go out live, right?
No.
Okay. So, but I'm on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Instagram, where you can see pictures of my garden and such.
In your life, that's not on HelloMind.
Right.
Yeah.
So that will be there.
Yeah, perfect. Any last 1 to 3 advice for listeners out there from your own life or from hypnotherapy?
Yeah, first of all, be curious, always. Very good skill to have with you all life. And also, of course, take quick decisions, because you can always do a new decision if you need to. but it's better to do quick decisions instead of having the tension inside for several hours or days, weeks, no matter what, in relationships, or it could be in job, it could be related to what to do, when to study, where to do what, with whom, and at what time.
Yeah.
So
you say quick decisions.
Yeah.
I guess you don't mean not doing research, but it's like,
no, you will get at a point where you have done enough research. Yeah. Enough is enough, and then you will make the decision.
Yeah.
So don't overthink.
Yeah.
So the positive would be like make a quick decision, because you can always make a new one.
Yeah.
You maybe not do it, reverse it, but you can make a new decision that will help you. You need to develop that skill to make very fast decision. Like your subconscious view all the data.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have all the data in your conscious mind, but you can have like the stomach feeling, the gut feeling of making the decision. So that will be the second thing. And then remember to love yourself.
Yeah.
Because every person needs to use that to love other people.
Yeah.
Very important.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jacob. It's interesting to hear this advice. Stay curious. I've heard that several times.
Right.
Some guests has actually said that.
Yeah, it could be a good one. Yeah.
I had another guest as well saying, love yourself. So I think it's something that
right.
goes.
Yeah.
So definitely some good advice.
Yeah.
So Jacob, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me here. Good luck.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Growth Island. Be sure to subscribe for more episodes on how to be the best version of yourself. And if you found this show helpful, then please leave us a review so more people will learn about the podcast, or share it with a friend who can benefit from it too. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.